Uh, Want to record this too. So again, if you are brand new today, welcome to the Love Train, and please drop it in the comments below so that we can give you a proper welcome. Lots of things to talk about, and I wanted to drop in here, and this is live Q&A for those of you who have questions or tell me what you're experiencing, and I will do my best to answer them. So let's start with what's been going on in the Schumann. So let me move the melon here. Move the melon. So pretty much this is what's been going on. Now, this may look like not a lot is going on. Quite the opposite is true. So why? So we are continuing to see a split in the two realities. So we have some experiencing 3D reality, some choosing 5D reality. And so what this means is all of that light that came blasting in the first week, right? We had light event after light event after light event blasting in. And so what always follows this is a period of integration for several reasons. Number one, our human bodies can only take so much. The physical body has to catch up and integrate the energies. This is, as you can tell, this is an extended process that requires some patience on the human's part. So just keep in mind that we are progressing forward at just a phenomenal rate. We are achieving levels of consciousness at a higher rate than was anticipated. So that is all thanks to each and every one of you going inward, shining your light, and really doing the work and caring enough about yourself, quite honestly. Got it. It's all about self-love at the end of the day. Shine your light, love yourself, and feel it to heal it. That's how we roll around here on the Love Train. So, okay, I'm starting to see some comments come in. So, lots of things are being healed here. And one of the things that's really continuing to come forward, what I call the beach balls that are coming up, is that emotional healing. Emotional healing. And I was really strongly guided to come in here and talk about this today. I'm going to talk about something called the pain body, sorry, and not doesn't talk, it doesn't it has nothing to do with your physical body being in pain, but I'm going to talk about body intelligence in the pain body a little bit, that it might give you an understanding when those negative thoughts creep in, how do they come in, and how they are contagious. I remember, and by the way, these are all based on Eckhart Tolle's teachings, and I absolutely massive fan of his and read every single thing that he puts out all the time. He's a fellow parallel, so I really relate to it. Some of you may pick up his book and go, "What?" Don't worry, I can interpret for you. So these are all based on that. And just recently, I was guided to go back to it because of what I was seeing, not just in our community, but I'm seeing it in the collective as well. That little negative loop. The negative loop. Why does that noodle soup, right? I've had it with this noodle soup and it's coming back over and over. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today, to help maybe sometimes when we get an understanding of what the noodle is, who created that noodle and how can I get it to just evaporate? So I'm going to share a little bit of that as well. So let me take a peek here. Okay, Denise, hi, tired and bloated. Keep drinking that water. Just tell your body it's doing a good job. Lots of crazy stuff going on right now. Oh goodness, Destin, Florida at the beach. Oh, lovely. Welcome. It is my pleasure, Kai. Thank you for being here and shining your light. Destin's beautiful. Oh, white sand beaches. I love me a beach. Kat and Jack, welcome. And small town in Philippi. I think that's West Virginia. I think, maybe. I think it's the WV. Anyway, welcome to you guys. Thanks for being here. So let me jump into the Schumann. Then I'm going to go into, and let me know in the comments how you're doing, and if any, and I'm going to start to talk a little bit more about the pain body, and let me know if any of it's resonating with you. Then I'm going to give you guys an update on what we're going to talk about the focus group this Thursday. I'm so excited. And by the way, for those of you who have been sending me notes, I'm absolutely fine. Well, I always follow the energy and then come in here. So if I'm gone for a few days, it doesn't mean at all. No, I'm not thinking about you guys. I hope you didn't think that, because what it really means is that I've been working on some stuff. I really like to step back. Yeah, I too have been integrating this energy and then really get a feeling of, okay, what's best? What is next best for the love train? How can we all surge forward together? That is how we roll around here. So, let's talk about, so this was pulled 11 a.m. today, so Tuesday, right? So, but this little guy, this is, yes, this is a timeline shift. And so timeline shifts in what we're experiencing right now means two things. It means simultaneously the 3D is falling off, right? And it falls away quite literally. And then we now can access a higher timeline in the 5D. So when we talk about timeline jumps, it's really that all that we have collapsed a bunch of old timelines that aren't serving us, and that we now have access to higher organic timelines. So the inorganic's fallen apart, the organic is blowing up, and we are being shot out of a rocket energetically, quite literally, guys. And that's why some of you are feeling that way physically. It feels like you got shot out of a cannon. This is why. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, we've got new from Iowa. Welcome. And Norway. Awesome. Beautiful. Welcome. Okay. Let's see. Let's roll into, I'm going to go into the chakra chart because, see, again, this looks like, okay, not so much. Very deceiving. Very deceiving. This we love. All timeline jumps are great. It means we're springing forward. Even though it can feel like chaos, it can feel like, right? This is the light illuminated a lot of truths. And I know that we're seeing a lot of, a lot of shit shows going on right now. We don't watch it because we don't want to recreate it. Very important. Okay, let me switch. Let me switch to the chakra chart here for you guys. I think we can do this in real time. Here we go. Boom. Okay. Now, this one. This looks a little more dramatic, doesn't it? This probably will really relate to more of you. Okay. So you could just see this looks like an EKG of somebody that was struggling, right? And this is actually is the Earth's EKG, funny, oddly enough. So you can see these are all chakras getting, right, deep purging. Deep purging is still happening. And this is where how this is playing out in the collective is lots of people being triggered. Lots of people being triggered. And then on top of that, not understanding the trigger, like what's coming over me. And I'm also seeing, though, some of what I'm going to call ascension fatigue. When's this gonna end? Where's the fun part, Schumann lady, that you promised us? It's the energy's already here. The energy is already here for creating from love and light. The thing is that we got to heal those beach balls, right? We've got to pop them and hand them over to the light. So we're all alchemists. We all have the ability to heal it. To heal it, we must feel it. So this is really where all of these, you can see where these are spiking. Everywhere you see spiking here. And look at this. See, this is why that other chart's deceptive. This literally goes to the top. So that's energy going underneath anything that's dense. Anything that's dense in your energy field is getting like, think of, you're trying to hold the beach ball underwater. Think of a force under it, shoving it up, going, no, it can't go with you to the 5D. I'm helping you here. And then saying, okay, what is it that I really need to look at here? All right. Makes sense. So, oh, I see Jacqueline from Miami. Welcome. Welcome. So I'm going to, let me talk about this. Let's talk about what this pain body is. So what I'm referring to is the pain body. And again, these are from teachings of Eckhart Tolle, who is a master at being present. And so he identifies different areas, how we get in the noodle, right? And the noodle, we know when we're in the noodle, it is impossible to be present because the noodle only operates in the past or it's worried about or trying to predict the future, right? So this piece, I'm hoping will help some of you have a little aha moment. And the quicker we identify those noodle moments, when you become the observer, which is your higher self, when you become the observer, you neutralize that, the pain body, the noodle, right? They're hand in hand. So when your thoughts and memory from your past become a burden, it has the ability to actually become your perceived identity. And some people live exclusively from this area because it ends up obscuring their true identity. All right. So your true identity is who you are in the present moment. What are we? We are perfect beings of light focused into a body. We are divine beings, right? Well, it's hard to remember you're a divine being when your body's aching, your mind's going banana boats, your relatives are freaking out, your neighbor's an idiot, all this stuff, right? It's like, oh, I'm a divine being. And know it, so is your neighbor. So is your family member, right? Remember some family members? You guys had a soul agreement to help each other awaken. So first one awaken usually has the rougher path. Just saying, but you chose that. We chose it. We did. So let's talk about the pain body. So it's a combination of your mental body and the emotional body. And what it's doing is continuously reviving the past. Okay. So it's that loop. What kind of a loop? People always leave me, right? It gets into these generalizations. Oh, I don't believe in people. I don't trust anyone anymore. All these, right, grand conclusions that don't even feel good, and they don't feel good because they're not true. But why does that loop keep coming? Because it creates an energy field of resentment. And it's cool. I just did a quantum healing around this. This is resentment must be felt. So you got to feel it all the way out. And however that comes out of you, it's usually like anger, frustration, but allow yourself to feel it, right? Because if one of your beach balls is resentment, you can't put it in the filing cabinet, put it in the garage. That beach ball is going to keep coming back. Okay. So what you don't want is your emotional identity, meaning I'm sad, I'm mad. That's not your identity. But if you're living in the noodle too much, you start to live from that false identity. Okay. So here's the good news. The pain body is only old emotional wounds, and we all have the ability to stop adding to it. Okay. So when you are in that space and you've got that loop going, right? You know it's a loop, right? You're like, this is ridiculous. I know this isn't true, but why is it still coming in? So it's a semi-autonomous energy system that's completely reptilian, and it's giving you the message that you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger no matter what. And so the teeniest thing starts to escalate and loop and loop and loop. So in one of Eckhart's books, he gives this great analogy of two ducks having a disagreement. And this is how ducks handle it. And we have the same ability. We don't do the exact same thing, but we have the same ability. So when two ducks have a disagreement, following the altercation, right, they'll get into it, they swim in opposite directions and they flap their wings. Well, the flapping of the wings is releasing all the negative energy that was created during the disagreement. So they don't hold on to it, right? They don't have emotions like the humans do. We project them onto the ducks, though. That's another story. But they release that energy, and then they will often, right, go back and swim together as if nothing had happened because they're fully present. So as the humans, what do? Oh no, there comes so and so, they're a troublemaker, so you're already creating, now we're in the negative loop again, right? So it's that awareness and having the presence to say, wait a minute, this is the pain body coming forward, and it's coming forward because it wants to be fed. So as humans, we have the same ability to let go of the energy because your past, no matter what it was, no matter what it was, can never prevent you from being present right now. why I say look for fun things, what brings you joy. When you're laughing, you can only be present. You can only be present when you're laughing, when you're having fun, right? And when you return to the present moment, you're in your truth. All is well. All your needs are met. Manifestation of things that you want are on the way to you, because you're living fully into your body in the present moment. Now, here's the part that where I'm hoping this will help give some awareness around this. So all unresolved emotions leave an energy residue. Okay. So if you were felt abandoned as a child, right? And then what happens? You have relationships as an adult where they keep leaving you because that unresolved energy is in your field. And I know we've all heard, oh, I keep picking the same bad person over and over. This is why it's a pain body. Your pain body found somebody else that has a similar pain body and they're feasting on each other, quite literally. And it's like, oh, okay, this is the low common denominator, and I'm going to keep attracting it in. Now, when you heal that, you're going to stop. You're on a higher frequency because the pain body can't exist where you're positive. So when you are being present, when you're filling yourself with love and light, it has there's nothing for it to eat, to feast on. Okay. So it leaves a residue, and then the defense mechanism kicks in if this dense energy goes unchecked, right? And this is where you get into self-sabotage, like, why am I doing this? I know this isn't good, but I keep doing it over. All of those things, any behavior that you are logically aware that you're repeating, but saying, how come I can't control this, is an unresolved emotion that's looking to come forward and be healed. And the moment you're even aware of it, you're now present. Okay. So just know that even if it still tries to get in here, the second you start to put your focus on it in the present moment, you're now no longer making noodle soup, right? Now you're looking at the noodle going, okay, who needs love here? All right. So, like, for example, there are many adults that say, yeah, but I had a normal childhood and blah, blah. And then when they really look in it, they see that there were unresolved emotions, right? And so your adult ego mind, right? The adult adds more noodle soup to this existing noodle soup. And what happens over time is um, it accumulates in our DNA, lack of a better way to say it. It literally accumulates in collective. So we see this, for example, in some cultures. In some cultures where it's be seen and not heard, right? Or women, right? There are cultures where, and this is carried out. So those are collective and cultural pain bodies that come through in our DNA. All right. Doesn't mean it can't be healed. Does not mean we're bringing, so how we heal it is shed light on it. We shed light on it. So, for an example in the Japanese culture, right? Work is very, very important. There's other same with, like, in India, right? What profession are you choosing? And they put extreme pressure for these things to be carried out. So those are collective pain bodies that are cultural, that are in their DNA, that need to come forward for healing. Okay? Because the it'll keep repeating itself in different ways until it's looked at. Okay? So it becomes, in a loop when it's unchecked. When we ignore it and say, no, but that's just how our people do it, or right, this is how I was taught. I can't disappoint my parents. I can't disappoint my country, whatever it is. That now this is a loop that's going to keep going, right? And now you've given all your power, which is your power is the light. You've given all your power to the pain body, and the pain body loves misery, right? And now you're going to tend to bond with other, right? We heard misery loves company. No, misery loves misery because it's a pain body loves another pain body because they're feeding each other. All right. So how do we get our light back? We first identify, okay, that is not me. That's not my identity. I'm not a sad emotion. I'm a powerful creator. I'm a divine being. So when we call in our light, you don't fight the pain body. It's not your enemy. If you choose to try to fight it, saying, why am I having these thoughts? I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I want this to stop. I want it to stop. You're now giving it exactly what it wanted. It wanted a negative reaction and it got it, right? Frustration is a low vibration. But when you just say, that's not me, I'm a powerful creator, take those deep breaths and go into your heart. I am who I am. That is enough. I am who I am, or I know who I am, and that is enough. I know who I am. Now you're back in touch with your divinity. You're back in touch with your power source. You're shining your light. It cannot feed from that. It wants nothing to do with it. So when these incidents come up where you feel, uh-oh, this is noodle soup coming in, is this the pain body looking for something negative to feed on? And I'll tell you where to watch this. And I see this in a lot of people who are studying the Ascension process. You're here because you're interested in it and you're educating yourself, and then you connect with other individuals. Well, if you're in your pain body, you're going to be drawn to the other person that's also in theirs. So you might have one part of the group saying, hey, I am doing great. Oh my gosh. There's been a lot to deal with, but I've been able to stay in my light. I've been integrating. I've been grounding in nature. I'm doing good. And then there's a person that says, oh, I've been in a bad mood. Oh, no, this is just triggering me. And then the other person, oh, yeah, me too. Now, boom, you're creating a gourmet meal for the pain body to feed on. So catch yourself, especially in this. And mind you, not picking on anybody here. I'm bringing this forward. We shine a light on it. I'm bringing this forward so that you have an awareness around it and you can just stop the cycle. And it's nothing to feel badly about. It's an awareness and say, oh, okay, wait, I've done that. Now I have an understanding around it and I can stop it and I can say, what do I want to create in this now moment? I don't want to create more misery. I don't. And I don't want this other divine soul that I'm talking to create more misery either. So this is all very, very important. Why? When the pain body becomes your identity or is devouring a lot of your thoughts and you're not able to stay present because of whatever's going on in your life situation right now, it leaves your physical body vulnerable. And this is where, when we talk about dis-ease in the body, can approach. So your physical body and your emotional body work together. The physical body communicates what's going on in the emotional body. They work together. So when your human gets mad at the physical body, you are literally telling your body intelligence, bad, 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 bad. And the body intelligence goes, oh, okay, I'm bad. I'm misbehaving. Okay, I'll give you more bad. It can't tell the difference between a bad thought and a truly dangerous situation that's in front. And it's taking all the negative information and that's what it's delivering to you. So all of this work in Ascension is about us learning to feel the energy. What communication is coming from that energy? What's my body telling me? What is my body telling me right now? Now, if I get mad at it, that's like saying, oh gosh, my divine communication system, I'm pissed at you, right? Instead of getting mad and frustrated with the body, saying, okay, there's information here. Thank you for showing this to me. And this is where you become from a position of being present in the moment, have a curiosity. What is it you're trying to show me? What emotion needs to come forward? I'm seeing a lot of suppressed emotions recently, and this makes sense with what we're seeing here. Why? It's pushing it up. It's pushing it up. And so when here's the areas that the pain bodies love, by the way, they love personal relationships and families. And think about it. How easy is it for a family member to trigger you, right? The easiest. So when that happens, you can now catch it and say, oh, no, no, this is the pain body's trying to have a gourmet meal on my ass right now. And I want to ascend and evolve quicker. So I'm not going to indulge this. How can I bring the love and light in? How can I bring the love and light? Let me reset my energy, and how can I bring my light forward? And for those of you who some of you I know who are living in areas where there was heavy fear recently, like there could be fighting going on, there could be severe weather, right? And the the response that you want as a love train member is, I'm going to shine my light. Everybody around me is in fear, but I know that I focus on what I want to create, which is I want to create peace for everybody right now. And you hold your light and you hold your peace. The light is always, always 10,000 times more powerful. We never fight dense energy. We don't have to tackle it. We don't have to have a wrestling match with it. We don't have to take the noodles out of the soup and smash it with a rolling pin. No, we shine light on it and it dissolves. We're all alchemists. The noodle so doesn't want to hear this. It's going to yell bullshit, but we know better. We know better. And as we start to practice this and recognizing, step one is recognizing, okay, this is the pain body because it feels yucky. Any message that's coming through your mind that does not feel like a loving message to you or your body is the noodle soup. It's the noodle soup. How can we shine light on it? So I'm going to dig way deeper into this on there's a group Ascension Energy class coming up on Saturday, October 26th at 12 p.m. And we're going to dig into helping everybody in there, what do you have any pain bodies talking right now? And then how do we flip the script, come up with something very specific for the individuals? And we're also going to talk more deeply about the body's intelligence. How do we communicate with the body? And then the third part of that, to make it fun, because the creative energy is here and the light is here, is I'm going to do a really powerful manifestation exercise that came completely spirit guided. It's just absolutely a genius process for how to create from love. And they've been giving me templates. So I'm going to have a whole booklet of templates for everybody that's participating in that class. And I'll leave the details in the video description below if you feel called to do so. If you feel called to participate, love to see you there. And many of you have already signed up, and it's going to be a really powerful class, because like I like to get to the nitty gritty of stuff that's going on so that we can move forward and get and focus really on creation. Now, speaking of creation, you know, I love me a focus group Thursday. So Thursday's focus group, we are going to focus on uncertainty. Okay. So, right, because in the 5D, we feel first. We feel first, then we take intuitive action, and then we know. So this means that we have to deal with a lot of uncertainty, right? We also deal with the ebb and flow of the energy. And I know you guys are already feeling this. And it's these times when we have a burst of light, which that either makes you feel really good or really weird or really anxious, right? And then the flip side, when we're in the integration, you may feel calmer or more triggered, right? So this is because energy is always in ebb and flow. Picture a wave. The wave draws energy in and then it flows. The part that's most uncomfortable for the human is that drawing back. It's, oh, why am I feeling this? You feel it like sucking you in, but it's really, that's you drawing into the realm of infinite possibility so that you then flow forward. And when you're feeling that crest of the wave, that energy, that's the part you enjoy. And so what I do in this focus group, we're going to switch from that being yucky, because it's great, because it's drawing the energy in to then leap forward, is so we're going to do a meditation and activation to tap into what divine uncertainty is. Divine uncertainty was shown to me as the realm of infinite possibilities. And this is going to be pure magic because we're all going to do it together, which means we're combining all of our collective energy together in light and love and we're going to create a beautiful capsule where you can then tap into that. So when you're feeling that ebb, instead of the noodle going, what? Oh my God, what is she talking about? I need to plan. I need to know. I need to know all the steps. That's the noodle soup. We're throwing that's gone. We're not making noodle soup. So Thursday's focus group is just going to be pure magic. And then those of you who are subscribed, you will automatically get that. And then anybody isn't, you can DM me, you can send me an email, and I'll drop a link too where you can register. Those those focus groups are free, but you do need to register for the Zoom link. Denise, let's see. Survivor's guilt from the storm. Oh, wow. Okay. Any and all survivor's guilt is that's coming from within. So without knowing your history, right? The when we have survivor's guilt, this is it stems from fear of death. It stems from fear of death. Here's how we handle that. Okay. So from a soul's perspective, all right, I got to take you above the human level, right? So above the human level, you're a soul. Our souls are eternal. We're eternal. We've all been here. Most of us have been here thousands and thousands of times. So one of the fears that was injected into humanity was fear of death because it keeps you in separation. Oh no, I'm only here. I have one lifetime. What do we do? Make these stupid bucket list things to do before you die. No, your soul's eternal. Everyone's soul chose to have an experience. And more specifically right now, everybody who incarnated right now came with a very clear and specific mission of what they wanted to experience. Their souls chose a particular experience in this lifetime. There are many throughout. I was shown this even early from the beginning of early this year, this calendar year, and going into 2025, there will be many souls transitioning because they chose an experience that they wanted to experience part of this ascension and the great awakening here, and then they are helping from the other side. Now, how does the human handle this? We can grieve. We can grieve, but we also have to have gratitude that you're here and stay in your power. How do we stay in the power and shine your light? Because your soul chose this experience. Their soul chose that experience. And I was also in a group channeling class recently where this came up for the animals. The animals' souls had a knowledge and they're revered for the role that they're taking. Now, this does not mean we do not have compassion and empathy for their journey. There many cases there's loved ones left behind. There's friends left behind, okay? So it's a very difficult human experience to have. And my advice is to go within and expand to the vision of the soul is where you can find the comfort and understand that their soul chose that experience. And that's that's my best advice on how to deal with that. And it really comes with, as you continue to ascend, we're being shown more and more and more the truth of who we really are. And as you begin to embody that and have a really, really true understanding around it, it's going to flip exactly how we see what happens to the human body. We really, when we transition, it's like you just leave the density of the body behind. Like I've been shown we could literally leave, and we could leave we focused into this form, right? we have the ability to leave and just take the whole form, but then it's like, wait, what happened? Uncle Bob was in the hospital bed 5 minutes ago. Now he evaporated, right? So it's always based on the collective human consciousness is how the bodies have been transitioning and moving forward when we have a different understanding, true understanding and belief system around the truth of who we really are. We will be processing grief in a different way. So I hope that that helps. And I do have there's a movie, Denise, I will send it to you that really, really will help with this. And it kind of shows, it shows the soul's journey from the human body and then even afterwards and then looking back. And it's super helpful. It did help me. I've had very close friends and clients have to deal with very, very deep survivor's guilt and for different, right? Survivor's guilt is survivor's guilt. Doesn't matter what brought it on. It's a very true pain, and allow yourself to grieve for, allow yourself to grieve, but don't just notice if it's that fear of death that's coming in, because that is not anyone's truth. It was put there to keep us separate. We're all divine, eternal souls, eternal souls. And anybody who was connected to those souls, they're still connected. And what's going to happen in the future is that communication line is going to be so clear and easy that there's not going to be, oh, it's going to be, okay, they left the density of the body, but now we're communicating this way, telepathically, psychically, through our gifts. So I hope that helps you. And I'm sending you love. And I know, like, anytime it's shocking, our humans weren't given tools for this. But now, as we're evolving, those tools are here, and it's in a knowing. It's in a knowing, and it's going to help us all process differently. But it's perfectly fine to feel the emotion. Just notice if you're taking a deep dive and see. And but I'm going to send you this movie because I really think it helps. It comes from processing the grief from the soul's level. For me, was the key, was the key, because you can't go by just what the human knows. It's not enough to feel that really true sense of relief and allow that guilt to go. So thank you for bringing that forward, because there are many dealing with that on many different levels. I've been seeing that a lot. Let's see. Somebody said, let's see, I know. Yeah, service to others. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so yeah, that is how our human mind thinks. Somebody wrote in there, yeah, and it does feel good. Then at that point, okay, how can I help the community heal? What's the feeling that I want to replace this, right? What I'm going to allow myself to grieve, and then what do we want again? We want peace, right? And it does give you a gratitude for the moment that you're in the human body, right? And we can always go back to gratitude, because when you're in gratitude, you can't be in any kind of fear, and just really, really value the experience and value the human body and value this whole process. Um, again, thank you for bringing that forward. That is absolutely, I know, particularly right now, not just in the US, there's some wild energies playing out there. And again, it's really the only discipline you need right now is, am I shining my light? Am I shining my light? If anything's keeping you from shining your light, is to really just look at that and saying, how can I, right? How can I? And please reach out to me if you need support with this. Because this is like so beyond important to me. I love it that you guys are so active in this community and so supportive of each other, because this is the key, because we're joining together out of pure love and light, and fear, struggle, all that stuff cannot exist when we are doing this together. It truly cannot. So I honor each of you for taking even the time to be here right now, because you're coming together in love and light with the whole intention of healing. And when you only need to heal yourself. You only need to heal yourself, and you only need to shine your light. And all of this love is contagious. It quite literally is. And it's going to heal anyone who's in the darkness right now. It really will. It spreads out. How we help others is shining. Keep that focus within. Be the powerful creator that you are. You have a unique self-expression that you're meant to bring forward here. So just hold on to that. And all right, well, if there's aren't any more questions, I'll drop the focus group link in here for anybody that's ready for a group lesson. I'll drop that link in. The next one is on Saturday, October 26th. And you guys will definitely see me tomorrow. And I'll let you know what's going on energy wise. Been feeling some stuff. So let's see if it plays out. And hang in there, guys. I know that there's going to be continued distortion. There's going to be continued distortion. What am I creating in this now moment? And who am I? I know who I am. And that's enough. I know who I am. You're a divine, divine being. So, all right. All right. You guys got this. I know you do. You wouldn't be here. So, sending you guys massive, massive love and see everybody tomorrow. Mwah. You guys are the best.